Excuse me, I want to see the manager.
I'm afraid he's busy, Mr. Arnold.
These days, all new loan applications have...
Don't let him get his hooks into you, Tom.
Mr. Arnold, I'm busy at the moment.
You sent me a letter demanding money.
Excuse me.
Now, look, I want you to answer me one question, mate. If I want to make a payment by cheque, can I?
There's no need. You can transfer funds from one account to the other.
Look, I know that I'm not a card-carrying imbecile, but I can pay by cheque if I want, right?
Yes. Look, if you'll just wait until I'm finished here, I'll be with you.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
I'm sorry about that.
No, it's all right.
Where were we?
I think we're just about finished anyway. So you'll let me know?
Of course. Yep, look, this should be nothing.
Good.
Have a look at that. Look, I'm just making a payment.
Max, what do you think you're doing?
Look, it's okay, mate. This is legal. I've checked.
It is a cow.
That's right, with my cheque written on the side.
You
See?
cannot bring livestock in here. This is ridiculous. It is totally inappropriate.
Actually, I think it could be legal tender.
He looks like a cheque to me. Ah, that's it. You take good care of her now, won't you? This cow won't bounce. You can milk that cheque.
Mount Thomas Police, Senior Sergeant. Hello? Hello?
You get my sign?
Yes, I got your sign. Where have you been?
Oh, Mrs. Travis said she had a rabid dog running around.
We don't have rabies in this country.
I know that, and you know that, but yeah, I got back as quick as I could, boss.
Well, you took your time as well.
Look, it took longer than we thought.
Yeah, we radioed him and no one answered.
Yeah, well, Lawson was supposed... Where's Stuart?
Oh, he's attending court in St.
Of course,
David's.
we need that replacement.
I know, they're on their way.
So it's Christmas.
Thank you, PJ, that helps a lot.
Tom, time for a cuppa?
Max, what are you doing here? I told you, you're not in any trouble.
Look, had an old mate drop in for a bit of a yarn.
Get it. Mount Thomas Police, Senior Constable Doyle speaking. Mrs. Price. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Your ironing's ready. Mount Thomas Police, Senior Constable Doyle speaking.
The look on that mongrel's face was a picture. Almost made everything worthwhile.
Bye-bye.
What's all this about? Have you fallen behind?
Look, old Stan Lindley used to let me catch up.
Well, Stan tried to carry people. This manager's the new breed. I mean, how far behind?
A lot. The bank thought I should refinance, you know. Consolidate everything into one loan. And then, well, Desley needed money and, you know, she's my daughter, mate. Anyway, I borrowed more to send to her.
More?
Well, she needed it, mate. You know, but, well, beef, that's got to come good. You can't take a bloody trick. Then I put in spards and fungus, it hits them. And then the frost goes through all my feed crops.
Have you talked this over with Sutton?
Oh, what's the bloody point, mate? You know what they're like, that type, they never listen. But I was wondering if you could talk to him for me.
Max, I'm not a financial advisor.
You don't have to be. You know, he's got no respect for farmers. Probably wouldn't know a bull from a cow, but I bet he'd respect your uniform, though.
Yeah, all right, I'll give him a call.
Couldn't you go around and talk to him? I'll wait here for you. That young copper can get me a cuppa.
Good, you're back. How'd you go?
Case was adjourned.
Lawson, could you get Mr. Arnold a cup of tea, please? I'm just going down to see Kevin Sutton at the bank. I won't be long.
Listen, I'm having a lot of trouble fitting in these school liaison visits.
That's the word delegate, Stuart.
Delegate to who? The cat?
We don't have a cat.
Exactly. We got any news on this new replacement yet?
Yeah, as soon as I hear, you'll be the first to know.
Well, it'd be nice to see a cute young Connie walk through that door, eh?
Sure would.
We are not even in the vacancies.
Oh, well, they're probably still reviewing. Give us a good...
Oh, look, General Policing, O District, St David's, initial duties, vacancy, Senior Constable/Constable.
It's hardly going to get them busting the door down.
Yeah, we should write our own.
Yeah, come about Thomas, crime capital of the world. Oh, sorry.
I can't get a babysitter for tonight,
Judy.
Kevin, so...
We're in a meeting.
Excuse me, Mr Sutton, I didn't realise.
That's okay. Can we discuss this over lunch?
Of course, if that suits you. Excuse me, Senior Sergeant.
Yes. I have tried to discuss this matter with Mr. Arnold on several occasions.
Have you?
Yeah, but, well, he just doesn't seem prepared to face the facts.
I see. You'd see that as the major cause of the problem.
Yeah.
What have you done with his cow?
I've had that put in the pound.
Perhaps you should get a photograph of the cheque before it fades.
No, thanks for that, mate. It's really
Thanks anyway, mate.
Max.
No, I shouldn't have asked him.
Why didn't you tell me that he'd already tried to talk to you?
Talk to me?
Well, that's what he told me.
Trouble is, he never listens to me, Tom.
Financial difficulty?
Yes.
Can't they change the terms of the loan sometimes?
I don't think that's an option.
Not this bank's policy, that's
Yeah,
for sure.
they turn the customer upside down and shake him.
It doesn't sound like they've even finished our review yet.
What makes you say that?
I just spoke to a mate of mine at the district office, see if he knew anything.
And they're probably waiting to see what happens with regionalisation. You can't pull any strings for us, can you, boss?
I don't have a direct line to the Commissioner, Stuart. Now, how about we all get back to work, seeing as there seems to be so much of it?
Oh, so that's the old unpaid gravy again. Yes, my friend, and you're going to be off doing some school liaison visits. No, you're not serious. Yes, well, somebody has to do them, Constable.
Hello, hello. Look who's here.
Ah, Mr. Sutton. In my last statement, I think you've overcharged me.
Oh, I doubt it, but pop into the bank, we'll sort it out.
Don't we get free withdrawals?
Well, yes, Lily, you get a certain
You're
amount.
pretty hot, aren't you, mate, eh? Charging people to use their own money.
Please, my door is always open.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can't slam a closed door in someone's face, can you?
Yeah, and they won't accept cows.
You got a point.
At least the bank's still here.
Why wouldn't it be?
Well, back my way, all the banks shut down. My dad has to drive 60 k's just to bank his cheque.
Yes, well, that won't happen here.
That's what they thought.
Really?
Judy, please, give me a chance to explain.
How could you do this?
You bloody idiot! You nearly drove straight into me.
Mr. Arnold, you
All right, settle down. Mr. Arnold, he's right, you know.
Forget it, doesn't matter.
Flash bloody car. That'll be my payments. Look what I'm in.
Oh, yeah, well, I reckon you might be ready for a roadworthy, Mr. Arnold.
Do you know how much it'll cost, son?
No need to get upset. Just you should watch your temper, that's all.
I'm through with watching my temper. I'm through with talking. I'm through with a lot of them.
And then she just stormed out. And if looks could kill, he'd have carked
I
it.
wonder what all that's about. Well, I'll give you one guess.
Oh, I've seen them around together. I think they're an item, but they're keeping it pretty quiet.
Maybe he's got a wife somewhere.
Poor Judy.
Did you get on to Falcon Price?
I spoke to him, yes.
And did he mention our replacement?
He said we'd get notification in due course.
What does that mean?
How long's it likely to be?
I can't really tell. Chris, what can I do for you?
Got a minute?
Come on through.
Did you know the bank was closing?
Are you sure?
Judy Ballard just told me. She and Kevin Sutton just had a row in the pub.
I was under the impression that they were close.
They were. Not anymore. She reckons he's betrayed her. I mean, can you imagine not even telling your staff?
Judy's certain about this issue.
Yep. Like Forestry and Alamein Street, like the Natural Resources Office, like the depot. It's all gone. It's scary. It's like they just want to save money.
I would have thought that branch did pretty good business.
Well, Judy says it does, but it doesn't seem to make any difference.
My girls opened their first accounts at that branch.
I opened my first account at that branch. Now, look, I don't want to pry, Tom, but it sounded like you're having trouble with a replacement. I mean, does it mean you're not going to get one?
Eventually.
When?
These things take time.
Yeah, but normally the minute anyone leaves, there's someone waiting on the doorstep.
No, that's not strictly true. District headquarters always has to review our requirements.
That sounds like the bank.
No, it's not. There's one of these reviews every time we lose someone.
Yeah, but normally it's just rubber stamped and Bob's your uncle. What's the trouble this time?
Well, they're probably understaffed as well.
You would tell me, wouldn't you?
There is nothing to tell you. Look, even if we don't get a replacement, we'll still be here.
There is no way they'll close the station down.
Well, maybe, but sometimes there's no rhyme nor reason to the way things are done.
Yeah, well, none of us would have any problems getting another posting, but if you want something to worry about what the boss would do.
Now, there's someone with real problems.
Yeah, just look at someone like Judy. She's a single mum. Where is she going to find another job in Mount Thomas?
Well, maybe we'll all be meeting at Senate.
Oh, for God's sake, could we please keep a sense of perspective about all this?
Hey, Tom.
What's this about the station closing?
Where did you hear that?
Never you mind, is it true?
I heard you've been sent to St David's.
News to me, Merv.
Is it? Or maybe you're being sent somewhere else.
I am not being sent anywhere.
Can you guarantee that Mount Thomas won't be downgraded?
No, I can't guarantee it.
You can't?
Because it's not my decision.
Oh, the old head office again.
Can't deny that some stations are being closed.
But nobody has actually mentioned Mount Thomas.
Well, maybe you'll be the last to know.
No, thank you very much, Mr. Edwards. We'll get someone over as soon as we can.
Okay, so
Bye-bye. It never rains and then it pours.
There's Benny Boy.
Oh, he's on his way back from that accident. He just had to make a quick stop.
Them motorbikes in such stupid places.
That was Samantha Johnson on the phone. Someone's taken a horse.
Well, you better go and check it out.
Oh, and the council tip truck's gone missing?
Horses, motorbikes and tip trucks. Is there a transport strike
Oh,
on?
no, it's Murphy's Law. When you're understaffed, you're bound to get busy.
Okay. Right.
That was Leila Clegg. She has just been flashed at.
And all he did was look?
That's what was so eerie. He just stared at me.
Right, and you were getting undressed at the time.
I was getting ready to take a shower.
Right, what did you do when you first saw him?
I yelled at him. But he stayed there.
What, just looking through the blind?
Well, I leave the blind up, you see, just to get a bit of light in.
Ah, OK. And what did you actually call out?
Well, I told him I was phoning the police.
And how old do you think he was?
No, I'm not sure. 30s, maybe?
Right. And so he ran off when he saw you come out to use the phone?
No, I take the cordless into the bathroom with me. It's just in case I have a fall.
OK. Hi, Merv.
Are you all right?
I'm a bit shaky, love.
Yeah, I got your message on my answering machine. Look, you'll have to do something about this.
Yeah. And I'd like to know about your superannuation and all your insurance products.
How many of you are opening new accounts?
Me? Me too. 3 for my grandkids. And 1 for mine.
All of you.
Yeah.
Busy, aren't you?
Chris, you can't change the decision. Even if this was all genuine new business, the branch is closing.
I understand that this branch is actually making a profit.
It is, but apparently that's not enough. It is now policy. This branch
Bloody
is closing.
policy, huh?
I was banking here when you were in short pants.
Interest means more money in your pocket.
Yeah.
Mr. Arnold, I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
Mr. Arnold, take it easy.
Month after month, I've paid right on the knocker. Now they reckon I owe more money.
Yeah.
Here, you want more, do you? You want more? Right. How's this, then, eh? Do you reckon I've got money to burn?
Mr. Arnold, I have to warn you that burning money is a federal offence.
It is, he's right.
Well, go ahead and sue me. I mean, you can't get blood out of a stone, can you?
Give it to him, Maxie.
Acting Sergeant, are you going to do something?
Mr. Arnold, if you burn that money, I am going to have to charge you. Burn it, Max. Burn it. There are other ways of doing this. Was that worth it?
Well, there are situations where I can use my discretion. Now, this might be one
It's
of them.
gone too far for that, Senior Sergeant. I have already reported it to head office. They have to be kept informed in case of any future litigation.
So there's nothing we can do.
The bank have instructed that they want Mr. Arnold charged.
I see. Thanks for coming in, Mr. Sutton.
If you'll excuse me.
Now, you. All you cared about is your precious bank.
Max.
Well, I hope you're happy now.
Mr. Arnold, I can assure you I am not.
Oh, that'd be right. Yeah, you won't be
Max,
happy till I'm in the
this
grave, will
isn't
you?
helping. You're going to be charged with defacing Commonwealth currency.
Is this what the country's come to? Oh, I'm sick and tired of hearing the change.
It was always illegal to burn money.
But in the old days, I wouldn't have had to do it to make a point, would I? Besides, it was my money.
You could face a $5,000 fine, you know.
The court may take personal difficulties into account.
Oh, that's very good of them.
Max, this is a federal offence. It's not a joke.
That's probably why I'm not laughing, mate.
Come in.
Boss.
This looks suspiciously like a deputation.
Tom, you know Michael Graves, Doug Roberts,
Yes,
Tom
Brian,
Coyne.
how are you?
Good to see you again, Tom.
Yes, you too, Doug. Although I must say I'm wondering what you're doing here.
We've called an extraordinary meeting of the Ways and Means Committee to head off all the downsizing that's happening in the town.
Downsizing.
We were just wondering whether you could tell us honestly whether Mount Thomas Station will be getting a new member.
Eventually.
That sounds pretty evasive.
Does it? Well, I'm sorry about that, but that's the way it is. I mean, internal processes and all that. Look, I admit that the bank closing is a very sad thing, but don't you think you're pressing the panic button a little soon?
We'd just like to make sure that the police station doesn't go the same way as the bank. We'd like to put some heat on your inspector.
Look what happened at Benang. Park office was closed.
Then the railway went and the government closed down the hospital.
And families moved away.
And that's all that it takes. We do not want Mount Thomas turning into a ghost town. Thanks very much, Tom. I'll keep you posted.
Yeah, good luck.
Been busy?
You could say that. How's Leila?
She's pretty upset. She's the only one who saw him, so the description's pretty sketchy.
Does anyone fit the description?
No one we know.
Does it occur to you that we've had about double the usual call-outs today?
More?
So far, no results.
That was someone from the bank. Apparently the bank manager's car has been damaged.
What sort of damage?
Well, they didn't exactly say, but they seem to be enjoying themselves.
Manure.
Not me, mate.
Stinks, doesn't it?
I don't suppose anybody saw anything.
We're inside working.
Having a crappy day, Mr. Sutton?
Oh, my God.
How did you hear about this?
Oh, are you kidding? Something like this happens, word gets around.
Oh, everybody's talking about it at the pub.
Just hop out of the way, will you, Tom?
What's this in aid of?
The Gazette. And maybe a city paper. There's a TV crew coming around from St David's.
I don't suppose anybody's got any idea who might have done this.
Really big pigeon?
Oh, shut up.
Yes, I got a fair idea.
I could think of a couple of hundred.
Let's not make any public allegations just yet. You better get Tony.
We're not going to take it back to our backyard,
Of
are we?
course we are. We'll find out who did it. That's all right with you, Mr. Sutton?
Room to be a very large pigeon.
You think this is so funny, you ought to try and imagine it happening to your own car.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more, but who would hate Sutton enough to do it?
I can't see Max Arnold doing it.
Well, he had a bit of a run-in with Sutton at the pub yesterday.
What sort of a run-in?
Well, he nearly backed into the Capri. I think he did it on purpose.
So, well, he knows the car then, does he? He has been behaving pretty strangely, all that stuff down at the bank.
Listen, Max is not the only one around here with cattle.
Well, what other farmer's been blown with the bank?
Let's just hear his side of the story first, shall we?
So, do you always lock it up?
Can't be too careful these days.
Now, Mr. Arnold, I couldn't help but notice that you had a bit of fresh manure in the ute there.
Yeah, I had a calf in there with a scours. Do you know what that is?
Now, what's that?
It's bad.
So no one saw you working out here then, eh?
What? Look, I'm on my own. You think I'm made of money? Can't afford to have anyone else here.
Why are you so angry, Mr. Arnold?
Look at that.
It's a foreclosure notice.
Yeah. Not even a phone call to say it was coming.
Did he try and talk to Mr. Sutton?
Oh, what's the point? He knew about that. He never said a word.
I'm really sorry, Mr. Arnold, but we do need you to come down to the station just to have a bit of a chat.
All right, I'm coming. You know, we were on the same fire truck together, Tom. If I gave you my word, that was it.
Things have changed, Max.
Friendship shouldn't surely.
No, of course not. You're right. You have done your best to antagonise him, dragging a cow in there, burning money. Can't you see that?
Of course I can. I'm not a fool. The trouble is, I mean, you know, people don't care anymore. We're numbers to them, not people. Tell me, mate. Tell me one thing. These changes, do you reckon they're for the better?
It doesn't matter what I reckon.
Well, it does to me. Do you?
Well, not necessarily, no.
Thanks, Tom. At least we agree on one thing. And for the record, I didn't do it.
All right, you can go.
What about this?
Well, I can't do anything about that.
It's just a bit of paper.
It's a bit of paper that says they can take your property away and sell it to the highest bidder. You do understand that, don't you? Max, don't do anything silly.
I already did, mate. I wrote them letters. I phoned them. I bloody begged them. And they didn't care. They'd already decided.
Boss?
Any luck?
Not a single soul saw it happen.
You think they know, but they're not saying.
Oh, a lot of people think that Sutton deserved it.
He has had a few threats made against him.
Then keep looking. Has it struck anybody but me how convenient it is that we're suddenly inundated with all these reports the day after I mention our reassessment?
Yeah, we were a bit curious about that.
Oh, yeah. A flash and no one else saw. Horses missing and never traced. Non-existent rabid
I
dog.
think it's a bit of a coincidence.
Yeah, it's mostly from people we know.
You've got to give him credit for ingenuity.
I think we've got a few friends out there gilding the lily.
Okay, I'll be straight over. Thanks. Guess who has seen the prowler again? This time through the laboratory window.
Nothing. I door knocked a couple of the places out there and no one saw a thing.
Well, maybe they weren't outside.
No, it's funny, nobody saw anything.
Who are you going to believe, them or me?
Are you sure they went over the back fence?
Well, I thought so.
Lila, perhaps you should come down to the station with us.
Why? Don't you believe me?
No, I just thought you might want to take a look at some mug shots.
Oh, yeah, of course. No, older.
I thought you said he was in his 30s.
Well, 30-ish.
With longish hair? No.
Yeah, it's sort of silvery.
Come clean. Are you sure you didn't just imagine this?
Why would I do that?
Maybe you were trying to give us something to do.
You know that it's an offence to make a false complaint.
Oh, this isn't really a false complaint. Because it happened all right. Only a while ago.
How long ago?
1975. I know, because the government had been chucked out and I thought the man looked like that Governor-General.
Whose idea was it?
You can't blame anyone. It was all our ideas.
Well, whatever you thought you were doing, it hasn't helped.
I'm sorry, Tom.
It's a serious offence. By rights, we ought to charge you.
It wasn't easy, you know, thinking up all that stuff. It's a bit like being a criminal mastermind.
As long as you agree, it has to stop.
Well, I still had no luck finding any witnesses to our manure caper.
has to have seen it.
Well, the fact remains that people are sympathetic with whoever did this.
Yes, I'm aware of that, but it's still our job to find answers.
Could it have happened so quickly that no one saw it?
Well, it'd take a while to get a ute load in there, no matter how fast you shovel.
Boss, that was Leela.
Again? Oh, I thought you got the message.
Yeah, well, she can't raise Merv.
Right, she tried the pub.
Well, she tried everywhere, apparently, and no sign.
No,
She's
don't
a
worry
bit
about
worried.
Jacko. She gets a bit carried away.
Yeah, we saw Merv this morning. I wouldn't be too concerned. He's probably just popped off to the shop.
It was a serious call at all.
Yeah, look, put it on the list. We'll send someone as soon as we can. What's the story of this tip truck?
Yes, that's turned up. The council guys reckon some kids must have taken it for a joyride.
A tipper could dump that much manure.
Young people are used to seeing it around town.
Right, we should take a look.
You know Judy Ballard from the bank.
What is this, 20 questions?
Well, you know that her dad used to work at the council?
Vaguely, why?
And that he was laid off a few weeks back? Of course, he would have had access to the tipper, wouldn't he?
Well, in that case, let's talk to him.
Yeah, right.
Was there something else?
Yeah, I was going to duck out for a bit.
Why?
I was going to check up on Merv.
Oh, it's not a bad idea.
I don't know anything about the crap in his car.
But you used to drive the council tipper, though, didn't you?
Yeah, but I wasn't the only one.
You're the only driver whose daughter just broke off with Kevin Sutton.
See, that tipper's gone missing this morning.
And we think it was you.
Doesn't sound like you got any proof, then.
Mr. Ballard, Judy's under notice at the bank, and if Kevin did do the dirty on her, then I could just about understand why you did it.
If I did it.
Dan, most of the locals around here would probably agree with what you did. But the courts aren't going to, are they?
But I'm not admitting to anything, am I?
Excuse me, Chris. Can you tell me if the bank was discussed at council?
I think you could pretty well take that for granted.
Look at the cat dragged in, mate.
Mr. Sutton, 2 bovine deposits in as many days. It's not bad.
There you go. So Leela's got me on the hunt. I'm looking for Merv. Haven't seen him around, have you?
No, probably been for a jar later on.
Excuse
Yes,
me?
but we're entitled to protect our interests.
This bloke's not giving you a hard time, is he, Chrissy?
No, I am not. I am trying to have a discussion.
You proud of sacking people, eh?
I haven't sacked anybody. Now, if you don't mind, that's enough.
Bet you got another job to go to when the bank closes?
Bet you got another duty to go to when the bank closes.
That'll do.
Judy and I are none of your business.
You're a class act, aren't you, Sutton? You use people up and then you dump them.
That will
and Judy,
do. Settle
her
down.
with a little kiddie and all.
That is enough.
Push it.
Oh, you.
That's enough.
You're under arrest, basically, for unlawful assault.
I've had enough. I'm trying to do my job. You treat me like dirt. My personal life, my morals, everything is open to question. I'm a bank manager, goddammit. I am not a criminal. And as for you, you took your time jumping in, didn't you? Aren't you supposed to protect people, or aren't I entitled to
Mr.
protection?
Sutton, I'm doing my
I don't
job
want to
as
hear it.
much
I'm going to report you to your superiors.
You should have let me build him, mate.
Constable Lawson would not stand by and allow you to be assaulted.
He took his time stepping in.
And why would he do that?
Over this bank business. Oh, I'm so sick and tired of being the bad guy. Do you think I really enjoy doing the company's dirty work?
You close branches down, destroy lives and move on. I don't think, with the greatest respect, you have any idea what it means to these people.
Did you know that I have been fighting to keep this branch open ever since I got here?
No, I didn't.
No, nobody does. That's the trouble. They think I'm the cold-hearted bastard who likes sacking people. Honestly, I have fought tooth and nail to save this branch. I have proved to head office this branch makes a profit. I have told them they have first-rate people working here, but they don't care. Downsize, cut the bottom line. The only consolation they are prepared to offer is a guaranteed transfer for Judy and the rest of the staff, but they don't want to leave Mount Thomas.
Well, this is their home. Judy's got a little girl in school here.
Exactly. And now they all think that I've shafted them.
Well, you can't exactly blame them, can you?
What do I do? The first time that I had to close a branch, it was just a job. It meant nothing to me, but this is different. I like this town. I love Judy, and I wanted to live here.
Well, Mr. Sutton, you're just going to have to decide what you want to do.
Jobs don't go on trees, do they? I might be carrying a can for this, but I'm just like everybody else, waiting for head office to drop that axe.
Yeah. I do know the feeling, believe me. I was beginning to think I might have to climb over the fence. You can't lock them out, you know.
Well, maybe I'm trying to lock myself in, Tom.
What's that for?
Rabbits, Tom. Vermin.
Listen, if I was to set up a meeting with Kevin Sutton, would you go and behave yourself?
I'm not letting Sutton through this gate.
Sutton's not the villain here. He's not a bad bloke.
Oh, yeah, that'd be all right. What, you're taking his side now, are you?
I haven't taken anybody's side. Mate, look, Sutton's just trying to do his job.
And I'm trying to do mine, Tom. Like I have for the past 40 years.
Well, maybe it's time you changed.
Sure, I love all this change rubbish. People don't treat you with respect. That's what's changed. Remember when you'd go out and leave your doors all unlocked and come back and know your stuff would still be there? You listen to the news, mate. Old people bashed in their own homes. What sort of progress is that?
Well, don't you think I'd like to go back to those days? There's no future in the past, Max. We've just got to make the best of what we have.
The trouble is I've got nothing left to make the best of, Tom. And if change means becoming like them, you can have it, mate.
The whole world's changed, Max. Now, you're going to have to change too or go under. Can't you see that? Can you at least think about it?
I think it's about all I have been doing, mate.
I could probably set up a meeting with Sutton for tomorrow. I'll give you a call first thing, eh?
Tommy, they were good days though, weren't they, mate?
Mr. Poole? You there, Mr. Poole?
Why don't you look through the window down there?
I can't get through there. Well, why are you so sure that he's here?
Because he was going to do some painting. He's only half finished what he's going to do to this house.
And you don't have a spare key?
No. You could break the door down.
I don't think I'll have to do that. I could break the glass.
Bugger the glass, break it down.
Okay, well, if you just stand back, please. Mr. Poole? Watch yourself. Mr. Poole? Mr. Poole?
Mervyn.
Could you call an ambulance, please, Mrs. Clegg?
Is he all right?
I'll just find out. Mr. Poole, can you hear me? Call an ambulance, please.
Yes, yes.
Mr. Poole? He's breathing.
And now, I would really prefer it if you would wait out here, Mrs. Clegg, just so we have a little bit more room to move.
You'll tell me if he wakes.
Of course, right away.
Leela, I'm sorry. Is he going to be all right?
That was quite a fall. In a man of his age, it could lead to complications, but it's a little too soon to say any more than that.
I don't tell. You found him?
You should have come sooner.
That's not really fair.
No, you're right. We should have.
Why didn't you? I rang. Why didn't you come?
Oh, I did look in the house, Mr. Clegg, but I couldn't...
You should have broken in the first time. You should have got to him sooner.
Yes, perhaps we should have, but... And we might have if you hadn't called in all those silly reports earlier. Leela, this is nobody's fault. These things happen.
What am I going to do if anything happens to him? He's all I've got.
He's not going to go anywhere without you now, is he? He's going to be all right.
He's a pretty tough old bloke, really, isn't he?
Yeah, how did Maggie and PJ go?
No luck at all. The tipper wasn't there.
How hard can it be to find? It's the size of a bloody house.
You know, I don't reckon those council guys want us to find it.
You don't say. Look, you two might as well knock off. I'll switch the phones through later.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. Night.
Yeah, I'll see you later.
What an arvo.
Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow, bright and early, eh?
Rock on.
Hello, Mr. Sutton. Tom Croydon here. Look, I was just wondering... could you hang on a sec? Could you get that?
Yep.
Look, I know this is a bit out of order, but could you find time to come down to the station tomorrow morning for a bit of a chat with Max Arnold?
Okay,
Yeah.
right out there.
Well, I know you've tried before, but it might make
Boss?
a difference. So, hang on, please.
There's a fire on Ridge Road. Sounds like Max Arnold's place.
Look, I'll call you back. Listen, you better go and get the bolt cutters.
Max! Max! Max, can you hear me? Max! Max! Boss, come back! It's too far gone!
Do something like this.
You don't think he's topped himself, do you?
He's been pretty quiet all morning.
Yeah, well, he didn't say a word in the car last night. I think he's blaming himself.
Yeah, well, he shouldn't, you know. He did everything he could to save the poor bugger.
Mate, it's really hard to help an old bloke like Max. My Uncle Harry, he was exactly the same.
PJ in yet?
I think he's gone out to the fire scene.
Any word from the arson squad?
Well, they're still sifting through the embers, but forensic are out there and they'll have a look around.
You'd think they'd know if he was in there, wouldn't you?
Oh, those embers would be pretty hot still. I mean, they wouldn't have started raking through it yet, would they?
It would be pretty hard to ID anyone.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I thought I was a better judge of character than that.
Oh, some good news. We've tracked down the tipper.
Where?
It was parked behind the railway station where the water tankers fill up.
So I suppose there was no trace of any manure?
Well, the council crew used the big hose to wash out the whole tray. They said it was due for a clean.
No manure, no case.
I think we should have a chat to Judy Ballard because if her daddy's involved, I think she might know. So, Judy, you were in the bank when the manure was dumped in Kevin's car?
Yeah. Shame. Would have been something to see.
I find that such a strange attitude. You're supposed to be seeing this man, aren't you?
Yeah, well, things change.
Do you mind if we ask why?
Yeah, I do, actually. It's private.
You had an argument with Kevin at the Imperial the day before yesterday. Was it about the closure of the bank?
Yes.
Was that because he lied to you?
Well, he wouldn't be the first man to do that.
Or maybe someone tried to get even for you.
Who would want to do that?
Your dad?
Why would he?
Well, for what Kevin Sutton did to you.
He'd be more likely to thump him.
Yeah, we noticed that.
You know, Judy, we could get some fingerprints from the truck.
He used to drive it for the council, so that wouldn't prove anything.
You know, if this whole thing wasn't so stupid, actually it would be quite funny.
Did you want to get back at Kevin?
No. Look, I can't admit to something that I know nothing about.
They found him yet?
No, boss.
Tom?
Oh, Mr. Sutton, I'm sorry. I should have called you. That meeting's off, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's okay. I heard about the fire. Is Mr. Arnold okay?
Well, we assume he was in the house when it went up. We're still trying to find him.
I'm sorry.
You had any more threatening calls?
Yeah, I've had a few. Just people letting off steam.
Well, maybe you should take some precautions.
Actually, I wanted to talk to you about something personal to do with Judy. I don't want her to be charged.
I see.
Does she have to be charged if I don't want her to be?
Well, technically it is criminal damage.
She hasn't been charged.
Right. Judy, can we talk?
You shouldn't make promises you can't keep, Kevin.
Judy, please.
Look,
thanks.
Okay, thanks for that. There remains of a 22 in the shed outside.
What was that?
They've found the remains of a 22 in the shed, nothing in the house.
No shotgun?
No other weapons.
Well, if his shotgun wasn't there, maybe he wasn't either.
Boss?
Look, I honestly believed that he'd killed himself after he lit that fire. But there's no evidence of a body and no evidence of a gun that I know he had.
Well, maybe he gave the gun away, or maybe they just haven't found it yet.
Who knows?
So you're saying that he could be out there and armed?
I think we'd better issue a whereabouts desired
Yeah,
for Max.
I'll get on to that now.
Listen, he could have done anything with that shotgun. There's nothing to say that he wasn't in the house when it went up.
No, there's nothing to say that he was either.
Well, it could be part of all of these phone calls.
There's a lot of people pretty grumpy about the bank closing.
Excuse me, now I checked on Sutton's neighbours. He lives next to a Mrs. Hastings, and she said there's this old guy who's been hanging around.
Did
the
she
place
get a
he's renting.
description?
Yep, and it could fit Max Arnold.
I think we have to consider Max a threat.
Yeah, I do. And he's so angry with Sutton at the moment he's capable of anything. If he's out there, we need to find him.
Max, you know where Sutton lives?
All right, you two go out there. I'll take Lawson and swing by the bank.
I was prepared to meet with him, Tom.
Yes, I know. I suppose he just wasn't ready to make the change.
Sergeant.
Max, thank God, where have you been?
Been thinking, mate. You should think. Remember? Well, I can't sleep for thinking.
What are you doing? Put that down,
Too late,
Max.
Tom. Change. We'll go under. You remember? This is what you wanted, isn't it?
Max, Lawson, be ready to shoot Mr. Arnold if necessary.
Yes, boss.
Go on, son. You go ahead and shoot. Got nothing to live for, have I? Stay where you are!
Max.
You should learn to take your elders seriously.
Max, don't do this.
Stay where you are!
Max. Let the staff go.
What? Yeah, they can go, they can go.
All right, everybody in the back, quickly and quietly. This will be over in a second.
Kevin, come on.
I want you all out safely.
Come on, Max, let Mr. Sutton go too.
Mate, he's gonna stay. You know why? They reckon they can get blood out of stones. Well, I'm gonna give them some. Right here in their precious bank.
Max, don't be stupid. Give me the gun. Give me the gun.
No,
Max,
please. No,
what
no,
about
no.
Desley, Max? Think about Desley. She's the one who's going to have to live with this. Be fair to her. Max, give me the gun.
Tell me, I'm not doing this. What am I going to do?
Oh, come on, come with me. I'll get you some help.
How is he? He's under sedation. We left him up at the hospital for a psych evaluation. Ben took over from there.
Did he say anything at all?
No. No, in the car, he just sat there.
How about you?
Took a bit of a risk, didn't you? He wasn't about to hurt anybody else.
Could have gone wrong back there.
He needed help.
Yeah, but he burned his house down.
Can't you see what that must have cost him? He put his whole life into that place.
Yeah, but he still burned it down.
Because he couldn't face the thought of losing it.
That's a good excuse.
I suppose not. But I can still see why he did it. He couldn't face moving on.
Did he even try, though?
I think he did. Oh, as much as he could, anyway. He would have given you the shirt off his back once upon a time.
You felt you owed him something?
We go back a long way.
Oh, Leela, I hear that Merv's improved a lot.
Yes, he must have. He's whinging again.
Well, that's probably a good sign.
See them talking again.
Oh, yeah, she knows what to do if he plays up.
What?
Hey, did you know we're getting a business plan set up for the community bank?
Really?
And with any luck, Kevin Sutton's going to manage it for us.
Oh, well, you got my business, that's for sure.
Well, that's going to clinch the whole deal.
What's really great is that the whole town's going to keep fighting to keep the town alive.
Well, I didn't doubt it for a second.
It'd be great to have you on the bank committee, you know?
Yeah, all right. Anything I can do to help.
You all right?
Yeah, you're fine. To Max, eh?
Excuse me, I've got to see the manager.
I'm afraid he's busy, Mr. Arnold.
These days, all new loan applications have...
Don't let him get his hooks into you, Tom.
Mr. Arnold, I'm busy at the moment.
You sent me a letter demanding money.
Excuse me.
Now, look,
Mr.
look, I want you to
Arnold,
answer
if
me
just
one
wait for a
question,
minute.
mate. If I want to make a payment by cheque, can I?
There's no need. You can transfer funds from one account to the other.
Look, I know that I'm not a card-carrying imbecile, but I can pay by cheque if I want, right?
Yes. Look, if you'll just wait until I'm finished here, I'll be with you.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
I'm sorry about that.
No, it's all right.
Where were we?
I think we're just about finished anyway. So you'll let me know?
Of course. Yep, look, this should be nothing.
Good.
Have a look at that. Look, I'm just making a payment.
Max, what do you think you're doing?
Look, it's okay, mate. This is legal. I've checked.
It is a cow.
That's right, with my cheque written on the side.
You
See?
cannot bring livestock in here. This is ridiculous. It is totally inappropriate.
Actually, I think it could be legal tender.
Yeah, he looks like a cheque to me. Ah, that's it. You take good care of her now, won't you? This cow won't bounce. You can milk that cheque.
Mount Thomas Police, Senior Sergeant. Hello? Hello?
You got my sign?
Yes, I got your sign. Where have you been?
Oh, Mrs. Travis said she had a rabid dog running around.
We
the
don't
front
have
yard.
rabies in this country.
I know that, and you know that, but yeah, I got back as quick as I could, boss.
Well, you took your time as well.
It took longer than we thought.
Yeah, we radioed him and no one
Yeah,
answered.
well, Lawson was supposed... Where's Stuart?
Oh, he's attending court in St.
Of course, we need that replacement.
I know. They're on their way.
So it's Christmas.
Thank you, PJ. That helps a lot.
Tom, time for a cuppa?
Max, what are you doing here? I told you you're not in any trouble.
Look, had an old mate drop in for a bit of a yarn.
Mount Thomas Police, Senior Constable Joel speaking. Mrs. Price. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Your ironing's ready. Mount Thomas Police, Senior Constable Joel speaking.
The look on that mongrel's face was a picture. Almost made everything worthwhile.
Bye-bye.
What's all this about? Have you fallen behind?
Look, old Stan Lindley used to let me catch up.
Well, Stan tried to carry people. This manager's the new breed. How far behind?
A lot. The bank thought I should refinance, you know. Consolidate everything into one loan. And then, well, Desley needed money and, you know, she's my daughter, mate. Anyway, I borrowed more to send to her.
More?
Well, she needed it, mate. You know, I thought, well, beef, that's got to come good. Tell you, it can't take a bloody trick. Then I put in spards and fungus, it hits them. And then the frost goes through all my feed crops.
Have you talked this over with Sutton?
Oh, what's the bloody point, mate? You know what they're like, that type, they never listen. But I was wondering if you could talk to him for me.
Max, I'm not a financial advisor.
You don't have to be. You know, he's got no respect for farmers. Probably wouldn't know a bull from a cow, but I bet he'd respect your uniform, though.
Yeah, all right, I'll give him a call.
Couldn't you go around and talk to him? I'll wait here for you. That young copper can get me a cuppa.
Good, you're back. How'd you go?
Case was adjourned.
Lawson, could you get Mr. Arnold a cup of tea, please? I'm just going down to see Kevin Sutton at the bank. I won't be long.
Hey, listen, I'm having a lot of trouble fitting in these school liaison visits.
That's the word delegate, Stuart.
Delegate to who? The cat?
We don't have a cat.
Exactly. We got any news on this new replacement yet?
Yeah, as soon as I hear, you'll be the first to know.
Well, it'd be nice to see a cute young Connie walk through that door, eh?
We are not even in the vacancies.
Oh, well, they're probably still reviewing. Give us a good...